All right, I want to play this clip for you, Core,
Mm-hmm.
and get your reaction to it because it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if you thought it was weird too.
Okay.
It's this is William F. Buckley, who is an old conservative commentator. He's dead now, but he was like this big-time conservative commentator. And I stumbled across this clip the other night. This is him talking about death.
Oh, it's already scary.
And it just struck me as weird. So listen to this.
Do you wish you were 20?
No, absolutely not. No, I would. If I had a pill
That's
which
him
would
there?
reduce my
Yeah.
age by 25 years, I wouldn't take it.
Why not?
Because I'm tired of life.
Are you really?
Yeah. I really am. I'm utterly prepared to stop living on. There are no enticements to me that justify the weariness, the repetition, my hours exercise.
Isn't that weird?
That's a little weird.
Like, when I saw that, I was like, do like a lot of older people feel that at a certain point?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I mean,
Because I thought that seemed extreme, right?
I think that's, a little extreme. Like, maybe he's just a dude that has nothing to, like, live for. Maybe he doesn't keep in touch with his family or something. Like, I feel like old people
somebody probably passed away recently or something.
Yeah. Old
know?
people find, like, reasons to keep going on, whether it's, like, grandchildren, fucking bingo.
See, that's what I thought when
anything.
I was watching. I'm like, something's like, there's something off with that, and like, I thought, Jesus, I hope I'm never in that place, man, because
It's almost, I mean, like, you watch that and you don't think that it's like, it seems like suicidal type of thing, because you don't watch that and you think this guy's
but
going
it's
to
close
kill
to
himself.
it, yeah.
But
and
then
he goes on to say that too. He's like, I would never kill myself.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're almost there.
Yeah,
Like,
but if you
not that
if
you do it, but you're like, I don't care about this life.
Yeah, you dissect like what we're doing now and think about what he's saying, and it's like what he's saying is suicidal. Like, what's his motivation to wake up tomorrow if he's having a conversation right now, like talking about I have no more reason to live, like.
And I also think, like, there's so much stuff in the world though too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so overwhelmed by how much stuff there is. If I wanted to try to read as many books as I can before I die, I'd only get to, like, I don't know, a few thousand.
Yeah.
And there's millions of books. It seems to me, and this is not to blame him because I'm sure something deeper is going on.
Who is this guy? What he? Oh,
He's
so
a
national
conservative commentator. He used to have a TV show.
Yeah, I
for
feel like a guy
really
that
long
smart
time.
can realize that he could find something to do.
But that also leads into, I'm going to be kind of a dick here, but that makes me think that it's kind of an arrogant thing to say and believe, because it's almost presumptuous. Like, what? You think nothing in this world can entertain you anymore? You think nothing is worth learning about? You think you know everything? Like, there's so much to learn, there's so much to do, and to just say, I'm tired of living.
It sounds like a cop-out.
And it kind of makes me wonder, okay, so when you had your show, at what point, it seems like his mind is made up. Like, I made up, like, 10 years ago, I no longer want to live. So it's almost like you put a roadblock up in your mind. What else did you put a roadblock up for?
Mm-hmm.
For learning about shit and listening to new opinions and having new beliefs around you and new people around you? It almost seems to me, it's just dark. I mean, that's the word to describe it. It's dark, and he seems very nonchalant about it, very casual about it. But it's like, I can easily imagine some older person, doing an interview and being like, no, I love it. Like Larry King, this is a great example. It just popped into my head right now. Larry King did an interview. He did one with Cenk. I don't know if he did this in the interview with Cenk, but I heard him say it somewhere that he's like, I don't want to die. Like, every day I want to keep going. I want to keep doing what I'm doing. He obviously had his CNN show forever.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Now he does a show, like an online show or something. And he's just obsessed with it. He's like, it's my thing. Like, he realized when he left CNN, he realized, like, oh, no, that was my calling, and I love doing it. And he's like excited about it and invigorated. And it's almost like, you have to like hit the reset button and map things out in a new way if you're somebody in that situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
and I know
yeah.
it's harder for an older person to do that. And I also know it's a different story for people who are clinically depressed. So that's the massive caveat to this entire
he could
conversation.
be clinically depressed, that dude.
Yeah, maybe he is. And if that's the case, then look, the thing number one is seek medical attention and get on meds, because it's not sufficient to tell somebody who's legit clinically depressed, like, hey, snap out of it, because that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like, obviously they're trying to and they just can't. So if that's the case for him, dude, he's dead now, but like, you seek help, go through the proper channels. And look, I don't begrudge you feeling any way if you're clinically depressed, because it's beyond your control. So I understand that, and that's the massive caveat here. But also, I'm saying if that's not the case, if you're just kind of in a funk, but you're not clinically depressed, you hit the reset button and just remap everything and say, look, I know it's going to feel shitty when I try new things for the first week, but then once it catches on, like for me, like I at one point I wanted to be a professional golfer, and when I was a kid I was never really into it, but my dad was into it, and my dad kind of brought me and introduced me to it. And after like a year of hitting golf balls at the range, you get bitten by the bug, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. And like all you want to do is play golf. And I feel like that same effect can happen with a whole bunch of different things. You know what I mean? Like
what? But with death?
No.
I'm saying like if you realize that
for
like,
anybody, whether they're young or old, if they're in a funk, and what I'm saying is he seems like he's in a funk, and to have
so you're saying you can get into a funk with death?
No, I'm saying to avoid the feeling of wanting to...
if he, like, picks something up.
To avoid that feeling of wanting to... that he has, where he's like... And again, a massive caveat, if he's clinically depressed, that's a different issue. He needs to seek help first. But I'm saying if you're just somebody in a funk, it's... If you hit the reset button and you try new things, eventually you're going to stumble across something that you get passionate about. Because humans are human. Like, we think... you might think like, oh, I'm above it all. Like, I won't like any of that stuff because that's so like blasé or plebeian or whatever. I don't know. But it's not. Like, you might really fucking like ping pong. You might really fucking like pool. You might really like weightlifting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might really like that new book that you read and fucking share it with other people and fucking end up going to a book club or some shit. You might really like diving and you join a diving team, or you like swimming and you join a swim team. You like fucking indoor soccer and you want to join a league. Like, all that shit becomes some shit that ends up defining you and makes you happier.
Yeah, it's like the movie with Jim Carrey, Yes Man.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to say yes to everything.
He says yes to everything, but like he turns out like he finds the girl that he loves, and like, and he just has an awesome time doing everything. He says yes to everything. That's what happens in the movie.
Yeah, I remember I saw the movie probably like 3-4 years ago. Yeah. But yeah, it's sad. I get sad when I hear shit like what he said.
Yeah, I mean, like, how can you not?